Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello everyone, this is Jarvis Escott with What's Happening in Birmingham. Today I have the honor and pleasure and welcome back Attorney Kem L of Just in Time Legal Solutions. Attorney Marks, thank you for coming back again.
Thank you so much for having me back, Jarvis.
Great. So if you missed the first video we did together, it was called about wills. This one we're doing one on power of attorneys and healthcare directives. So got a lot of questions as you all can see, so just sit back and we're about to give you lots of great information for you to discuss with yourself and also with your loved ones. So Attorney Marks, let's first off, what is a power of attorney?
So a power of attorney is a legal document that takes care of situations where someone becomes either physically or mentally incapacitated or in limbo for any reason before death, or sometimes people, in cases of a stroke, for example, where people recover and so the will doesn't kick in, but during that time where they are unable to speak for themselves or handle their own business affairs, the power of attorney kicks in and designates an individual or group of individuals as to who will handle those affairs.
All right, so what entirely does it cover, pretty much?
Well, it can cover whatever the person wants to include. So it will cover any sort of day-to-day business dealings that may be relevant. For example, post office boxes, safe deposit boxes at banks, bank accounts, policies, real estate purchases. I mean, anything under the sun. It can be custom tailored to whatever the person has. Some people have businesses, and so they want someone to make decisions, business decisions for an independent business, and not only their personal business, but essentially the person who is requesting it gets to decide its contents.
All right, so next question I want to ask, because I know a lot of people are probably watching this video and thinking in their head, when is a good time to get a power of attorney? And I know a lot of you all are thinking like, well, if I'm in the hospital, but I'm gonna let you answer that.
Well, the best time to have one is right away. Everyone should already have one. To the extent that someone does not, different people pick different times where they feel like it's more pressing to have. For example, getting ready to go on a trip, heading into a major surgery, receiving some sort of healthcare diagnosis. But really, because people never know the point at which they may become physically or mentally incapacitated, it's always good to have one kind of in the background for the time if it occurs.
All right, so the next question I got for you is, just walk me through the process of it. You sit down with a client, and I guess another question I want to ask is, what's a principle, what's a good factor to look for in somebody to be your power attorney?
Well, two things. So if you are choosing a power of attorney, you want two basic factors, just to boil it down for brevity. You want someone who's trustworthy, and you also want someone who is business savvy. And the reason that I say that is either one of those elements that are missing can lead to a situation that doesn't end with the best outcome. For example, you can have someone who's very trustworthy and they will stabilize and maintain whatever assets or keep whatever assets. But then if they are not business savvy to act on your behalf, then they can keep something to the detriment of what they were trying to do. Like in a real estate holding, if it's a good time to sell an asset or they receive notices that they should take some sort of action, but they're trustworthy enough to not take advantage of the property, but if they are not business savvy enough to save a property from foreclosure or to get rid of assets or inquire about assets and follow along, then that is not a good fit either.
Okay, so another thing I saw kind of like doing my research on power of attorney is this thing called healthcare directive.
Yes.
What is that?
So a healthcare directive is another name for what people call a living will, and that is a document in which, again, pre-death, in case of physical or mental incapacitation, for someone to make specifically medical decisions on behalf of another person. Now, It can go two ways. You can have what's called a healthcare proxy, and you can name a healthcare proxy, and that person kicks in to make those decisions. In the absence of a healthcare proxy, though, you can still, within a healthcare directive, decide certain things, like whether you want to receive blood products or receive life-sustaining treatment, or any medical-related questions, as opposed to the financial end covered by the power of attorney.
Okay, so I guess next thing I want to switch into I saw was about living wills.
Yes, that's the same thing.
Okay.
It's also another name for the healthcare directive.
Okay, so in your past legal experiences, what are some pitfalls you see some people kind of fall into, either, without one or with one usually?
Well, I haven't really seen, okay, so yes, I've seen both.
Okay.
So without healthcare directives, do you mean just kind of the two documents collectively?
Yeah.
Okay, so without a power of attorney, let's say. So say someone has a power of attorney, but they don't have a healthcare directive. Well, if they're in a situation where they need specific medical treatment, meaning something tragic happens, first responders need to know what to do. They've given someone power of attorney, but that does not in any way address healthcare things. Okay. And so you may have a relative who says, well, here's how I want them treated, but first responders can only honor a healthcare related directive. So if in that instance, if someone comes running out with a power of attorney saying do not resuscitate, medical professionals do not equate that to decision-making authority over specifically medical decisions. So that's where having one thing without the other from the healthcare directive side can go wrong. Where it can go wrong in terms of having a healthcare directive but no power of attorney. Okay, so again, say if someone has a stroke. Well, at that point, the family may have a healthcare directive. Okay, so they don't want to receive this or they do want to receive that, except for no one can get to those actual financial assets. So as long as the person is physically and mentally incapacitated, unless some other provisions have been made, no one can reach that person's bank accounts, financial accounts, personal mailboxes, or any of those things, because the other element is missing. And so even if there's a will, that will kick in when the person passes, but it could be, months or weeks or months or however long before anything can be financially handled.
All right. So I'll be remiss not to mention that you're doing a special on that this month with your offering.
Yes,
correct?
Yes. So my thing is that I would not want people to have bits and pieces of what they need and things are not covered 100% in case something goes wrong. And so my special is I'm running a holiday special where the usual cost is higher to receive a healthcare directive, power of attorney, and will, but I've bundled it. It's a basic estate plan bundle where for $500 during the holidays, someone can receive a healthcare directive, basic will, and power of attorney for the first 100 people in each month, and that's through January.
All right, I like how you put that out there because this video is forever, but it's through January 2020. And everything. So what's the phone number if they want to get in contact with you?
Our phone number is 205-436-2846.
And website?
Our website is justintimelegal.com. We are also on Facebook, so you can like our Facebook page. It's Just in Time Legal Solutions. So find us on Facebook and like us there, and there you will find all of our events and things that we have going on. And
last but not least, where are you?
I am located right here in historic downtown Bessemer. Our address is 1922 3rd Avenue North, Bessemer, Alabama, 35020. You can't miss us with the bright yellow sign and the out-of-breath time clock.
Yes.
Yeah,
I like
just
that.
In time.
Yes, I like it. Well, Attorney Morris, thank you for coming on the podcast again. Look forward to our next video in the series. Well, we'll just let you do a preview later on. But thank you all for watching this video, please check out what'shappeningbirmingham.com for more videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank y'all again and have a great day. Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.